Across rolling farmland and misty hills, wild pigs quietly reshape the landscape, leaving traces of their activity in fields and forests alike. Understanding their behavior is key to maintaining balance between wildlife and human habitats. Today, we follow a team of specialists as they track these intelligent animals, observing patterns, movements, and strategies in real time. From careful observation to tactical planning, every step reveals how these creatures interact with their environment. Join us as we explore the subtle, fascinating ways wild pigs influence the land, and discover the methods used to monitor and manage their presence effectively. The morning mist clung to the rolling hills like a shroud, softening the edges of the farmland that had been ravaged for weeks. Footprints crisscrossed the soil, deep gouges marking the path of relentless wild pigs returning after the recent harvest to feast on the remaining roots and crops. Today, we weren't just here to track them, we were here to reclaim the fields, restore balance, and protect the livelihoods that depended on this land. The air was heavy with anticipation. Every rustle of leaves and snap of a twig could signal a sudden encounter, and we knew that patience would be as essential as precision. Before we began, a quick reminder to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to follow more adventures like this. Every field has its own story, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Our team split quietly, each person taking a position that allowed us to cover every likely escape route. From the top of the ridge, I surveyed the expanse below, broken stalks, flattened soil, and the occasional flash of dark fur in the undergrowth. The wild pigs had learned well to hide in the shadows, using every natural cover to their advantage. Our strategy relied on understanding their habits, when they would feed, where they would hide, and how they reacted to movement. Knowledge would be our greatest weapon. The first sign appeared as a shadow slipping between the tall grasses. I steadied my breath, scanning every movement. The lead pig had wandered out too far from its group, unaware of the positions we had carefully planned. A gentle squeeze of the trigger, a flash of movement, and it was down. That first encounter set the pace for the day, a reminder that timing and focus could mean the difference between success and failure. Around me, the others engaged in the same silent choreography, each action deliberate, each shot precise. With every target neutralized, the sense of reclaiming the land grew stronger. As the sun climbed higher, heat rippling across the hillside, we shifted to denser sections of the brush. These pigs were clever. They used every cover they could find to remain elusive. That's where the dogs came in. Trained to sniff and flush, the pack surged forward with relentless energy, barking and weaving through the undergrowth. The pigs had nowhere to hide. The chase became a delicate dance. Keep calm, maintain sightlines, anticipate every move. I tracked a particularly large specimen as it darted between trees, calculating its path. One clean shot, and the challenge ended. This wasn't just hunting. It was a study in strategy, patience, and the art of observation. Halfway through the day, another alert came through. A young pig had wandered toward a narrow valley, where escape options were limited. I moved into position, careful not to disturb the terrain or alert its senses prematurely. The shot was measured, deliberate, and successful. The remaining pigs scattered, some seeking refuge in areas we had already covered, others moving cautiously toward the edges of the farmland. Each encounter reminded us that these animals were not mindless. They were intelligent, reactive, and surprisingly coordinated when under pressure. In the midst of this, it's worth pausing to ask you to subscribe and turn on notifications. Following this channel gives you access to these real, in-depth explorations of wildlife and farmland challenges, and you'll see exactly how tactics and teamwork unfold in the field. Back on the ridge, we regrouped and reviewed our progress. Tracks indicated a small family moving toward the northern slope, a place known for thick brush and steep inclines. Approaching with caution, we advanced, using the terrain to conceal our movement. The pigs, ever aware, hesitated and then bolted. It was a test of nerves, reflexes, and instinct. Timing the shots with the dogs' movements ensured that none could escape. The final stretch of the hunt took us into the heart of the devastated fields. Crops flattened, roots dug up, and small fences broken, a stark reminder of the challenge these pigs posed to local communities. One last group emerged from a hidden thicket, cautious yet determined. We positioned ourselves with care, giving the dogs room to channel the pigs toward open ground. Each shot had to be precise. There could be no mistakes. The tension was almost tangible. One by one, the pigs were guided into safe interception points. Our movements synchronized in a seamless operation that balanced strategy and patience. When the last animal finally came into view, I exhaled, pulled the trigger, and the hunt reached its conclusion. By evening, the hills fell quiet once more. The remaining signs of the pigs were footprints fading into the soft earth, and the damaged crops now secured. We collected what we could, ensuring nothing went to waste, and reflected on the intensity of the day. The fields were safe again, at least for now, and the delicate balance between humans and wildlife had been temporarily restored. There is a sense of accomplishment in knowing that our efforts directly protected the farmer's work. But there is also humility. These animals are resilient, and their persistence reminds us that each challenge is only the beginning. As we loaded our gear and prepared to head home, the sun setting behind the hills painted the landscape in deep shades of gold and amber. It's in moments like these that the calm after the storm feels almost sacred. The teamwork, the strategy, and the relentless focus all came together to create a day that tested skill and patience. For anyone watching, these experiences aren't just about the action, they're about understanding nature, respecting its power, and recognizing the delicate interplay between survival and coexistence. So make sure to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations where every field has a story and every creature has a lesson to teach. The day concluded with quiet reflection. Walking through the fields, we observed the subtle signs that our efforts had made a difference. Flattened trails now cleared, feeding grounds restored, and the environment gradually returning to a state of equilibrium. The hunt had ended, but the land remained alive with movement, life, and the ever-present reminder that vigilance is necessary. Wildlife is unpredictable, and while some threats were removed, new challenges will inevitably emerge. Understanding the behavior, movement, and patterns of these creatures will continue to be essential for anyone looking to protect and preserve the delicate balance of farmland ecosystems. As darkness settled over the hills, we left the field, grateful for a day of careful planning, calculated risks, and teamwork that paid off. Each step back to the base carried the weight of responsibility and the quiet satisfaction of a job done well. For those following along, this is the reality of managing wildlife conflicts: intense, demanding, and deeply rewarding. The lessons learned here will inform every future expedition, every strategy implemented, and every decision made in the field. Stay tuned, because more challenges, more tactical encounters, and more unique wildlife interactions are on the horizon, and you'll witness them firsthand. Finally, if you haven't yet, click subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to join the journey. From rolling hills to dense brushlands, from patient tracking to precise execution, every adventure here is about strategy, respect, and the story of the land itself. And while the day's hunt has ended, the spirit of exploration, learning, and engagement continues. This is where observation, preparation, and action converge, creating an experience that is both thrilling and educational. The kind of real-life adventure that goes beyond the ordinary, offering a glimpse into the untamed world that surrounds us. The hills may fall silent for now, but every footprint, every rustle of leaves, and every shadow in the undergrowth tells a story, waiting to be discovered again.